Hello and welcome to my stream today, where I am late. Very, very late. But we're still returning to Ghost Frontline today. Um, where last time we went through a part of the second to last chapter of the events that we were playing. So we are currently in the phase where we are making our final stand at Baldisky submarine base. It's a bit of a moment. So let me see. Why is my model so weird? There we go. Campaign. Oh, you're right. Down the rabbit hole is available now. That's very nice. Can actually get the rewards. Chapter 4. And we went all the way to tempering. Yes. There's still a good amount of stuff left. So, tempering 2. I think. Why does this have 10 attempts on it? Wait, no, it has 2 attempts on it. Enemy level is 10. And this is only 1. Okay, so that's where I stopped. So, tempering 2. We shall immediately go into this mission. Wait a minute. This is the mission that I played last time. Okay, never mind. We get into tempering... Oh. We jump into cutting 1. Which is story only. F4, do you copy? I'm rushing over to the elevator. I should have command authority over you now. Are the other 2 members of the Fire with you? Angie? Thank goodness. The command's already contacted us. All of the elite dons are headed over to your side. Dandelion is with us too. Dandelion? She's an OJS unit. Just think of her as an Eliza who's on our side. She can control SF units and provide us with support. Miss Angie, there's little time to explain everything to you. All you need to know is that I will be helping you. Also, I can hear the voices of those children, and you have my gratitude. I never thought the Knights would be speaking so politely to me. I don't think anything else is going to surprise me today. Never mind. We'll strategize on the move. With the forces at the hands, we might actually have a chance to do this. M4, what's your position? We're on the other side of the elevator. I'm sending you on our coordinates now. The military is headed in your direction. We'll try to move as fast as we can. Also, please be careful. It isn't just the military in themselves here. What do you mean? I can sense Eliza. She's not far from here. SF remaining forces ought to be engaging the military mechs. We can take advantage of the clash and find a window of opportunity. SF also have their eyes fixed on the starfish in the base. Be careful of M16. 4-4's already fought her many times. She's sure to be in the depths of the base. I understand. We're all prepared for this. Also, I can faintly sense what she's doing. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it seems to be connecting to something vague and obscure. I can sense it too. Eliza's probably trying to establish a connection with the starfish. We don't have much time. You're all just piling on bad news after bad news on me. Let's see what's the most immediate problem first. We'll try to get this Jaeger situation under control. M4, you head down the lowest level of the base and deal with SF. Roger, I'll prepare myself. Quiet, Angie. The military's here. Our guests must be really impatient. The Yard team is sending over information on the Sengless forces that Dandelion has gathered so far. Just making herself useful, alright. Is SF also headed this way? Yep, they've brought the whole village along. Let's sit back and watch the show. Thunk. The elevator suddenly makes a deafening noise as the aged metal structure screeches to a halt. The elevator and antique mechanic display refuses to move past the number 1. Look alive, aim for flight. It looks like we won't be taking the elevator all the way down to the bottom. Yes, Captain. The doors slowly open. Naturally, there's already a welcoming party waiting for them. Welcome, humans. The two figures stand imperiously in the center of the forces, leering at the giant mechs. That is definitely 100% very broken and not supposed to look that way. I have brought death to your doorstep. Please accept your delivery. On command, the SF dolls begin shooting at the military mechs. Captain. Amber flight, cover me, I'll crush them. Yes, sir. Cutting 1. Why'd you break, Agent? I think she broke herself. I don't know what the fuck went wrong there. Now, Agent is stronger than the mech. I need to kill 4 enemies. Sorry. That's easy. Well, if I get that fast. Why'd you allow Agent to break herself? That is, however, a better question. I don't know. I didn't intend to. Moving twice is actually worth it, because that will give me 2 heliports. Oh, that's actually really cool. It now has a symbol for surround capture happening next turn. Now I do want the second squad here. So get me IWS on the field. As fit on this mission, yes. Okay, there's 5 enemies that I can easily destroy. Then there's the big guy, which I would rather avoid. I made a stupid mistake, but I can fix it. Ish. How are both of you doing today? Yes. Also, sorry for being late today. It wasn't exactly intentional, but I had to do some stuff, and it took longer than expected. Actually, I could probably just break through. Just go straight for the throats. After looking at the GFL2 UI for a while, looking back at this hurts your head. I mean, it's an old game. There's no real other way to say it. Frontline at this point is pretty old. And I really want that to be GFL2 for the global server, but I don't really want to start on CN and then have to switch it. Because of the... yeah. Switching midway through would be painful. I'll just wait. But fully voiced main story is great. Yeah. There's many things about GFL2 that are great. The gameplay also looks really, really interesting. The graphics also look really, really good. But it's not quite here yet. So I need to wait. I need to wait. Turn 4. Destroy the fourth enemy that we need to destroy. Bang bang. Mission success. A fairly easy mission. Then we have polishing. So from what I've seen, it's solid localization as a there's no real translation yet, right? The lot of the water text, I guess. On the battlefield. The melee in the built-up area near the base entrance has been going on for the past 15 minutes. Every structure available has been used as cover, and the dolls have blown up building after building in an attempt to block the routes. As they do their utmost to stop the enemy's advance, they're also searching for a chance to turn everything around. The objective of the skirmish is the railway passage at the entrance. However, the past two military offensives did not succeed. The defending dolls have quickly learned how to fight the military during the previous battles. In addition, dolls do not fear, nor do they tire. Other than the simulated emotions, they do not display any negative reactions. That is, the advantage of being able to carry out orders under any circumstance soon becomes evident. Meanwhile, morale on the other side is starting to plummet. None of the soldiers expected to pay so dearly for fighting against the civilian dolls from a PMC. Haven't we seized the passage yet? We've lost too many of our infantry and we can't push in with automatons alone. There's rubble everywhere and the attacking force can't deploy the firepower and the vehicles can't get in. These deads, can we just request another round of shelling? It's too close to the base entrance. If we miss and destroy it by accident, we'll be playing into Griffith's hands. Yes, it's still where we parked our train. We can't let ourselves be stalled here any longer. We need to catch up with Captain Jaeger ASAP. Let's go for another charge. This is the Zerker to Hematite. Slowing attack on the right flank for the moment and maintain pressure on the front, over. Hematite copies. The path on the left flank is blocked. Are we going to force our way through? The officer does not reply. He simply gets back inside the cockpit. Second platoon, follow my vehicle. The rest of you break through on the left flank. Yes, sir. On Griffin's front, M1 Garand's team has made use of half-collapsed buildings to seal off the frontal approach. They are holding the final defense line, along with one of the few remaining Hawks. This Hawk's equipment was long since destroyed, so the members are fighting alongside the other dolls with small arms whose owners have perished. There's half a dozen infantrymen trying to approach us using cover. You can hit them from your position. We're leaving them to you. Got it. Our teammates are already opening fire. Around. The enemy Typhons hasn't made a move yet. This is our chance to plant more explosives. Roger. A machine gun rattles in the distance, followed by more scattered fire. Garand and our team dart nimbly from cover to cover, trying to plant a simple IED on the road again. What a bunch of cowards. Are you too afraid to come at us head on? Garand pokes her head out and flips off the enemy while she's at it. Naturally, this causes bullets to rain down on the position, so she hurriedly ducks back inside. Hey, I was just mouthing off. Don't take everything so seriously. Type 8. Are you done planting the explosives yet? I forgot that this came out around this time. Fucking Type 88 Gundam. Almost. If you don't hurry up, we'll have to blow ourselves up along with the enemies. Did you guys sign these unit types? Because I mean, maybe. I don't know. Hiroshima, my usual job is sweeping floors, so not planting high explosive charges. I don't usually go shooting at tanks with a fire stick either. Stop complaining and remember to double the delay on the manual detonator. We want them to get halfway in before we blow them up. Relax, it's the third time you said it. M1 guarantee, the enemy's approaching you again. You have to hurry. Got it, we'll be going right away. Just then, an explosion erupts from the plaza. Smoke billows out from the entrance of a distant workshop. Are they coming in from the right again? Springfield, what happened? What's the situation? The enemy armored units are trying to use the wreckage to circle around us. They're planning to force their way in through the entrance from on top of the rubble. Can you hold out? There's too many of them. They might try to break through or suppress the fire. Got it. Grant teams will come to back you up. Got that, Grant? Once you planted the explosives, get over to Springfield ASAP. They can't hold out much longer. I know. We'll be heading over right away. Meanwhile, in the temporary Griffin command post. Commander, the military has launched a fourth offensive and Springfield's team has almost been wiped out. The other teams are doing their best to plug the opening, and they say they can still keep going. What should we do, Commander? Springfield looks like she's enjoying herself a little too much. Well, normally she's the leader of a cafe, right? Something different for once. What should we do, Commander? The Commander isn't sure how to respond. With the battle situation being what it is, there's no point in relaying tactics and commands from the rear anymore. Even if the dolls are to the last, the military is still getting closer and closer, and there's no news about the fire support that they're counting on. The Commander looks up at Kay, and Kay looks back at the Commander. Neither of them says anything. The Commander knows that other than waiting for the Vimple to contact them, there's nothing Kay can do. I will force it to hold out for another 5 minutes. Yes, Commander. On the battlefield. Come on over, I'll cover you. Bullets sweep the military automatons that are trying to charge into the doll's cover. Yep, she's the last one. Springfield supports a wounded Lee Enfield as they make their way across the open space, back into their defensive position. Suppress the fire, cover them as they approach us. Throw all the mortar bombs. The dolls that have lost their mortar launchers throw the shells out from the cover like they were hand grenades. Although the fragments can't destroy the military automatons, the explosions disrupt the assault formation. The suppressive fire, which follows halt, the advance and attack in its tracks. Damn it. Does anyone have any 30-06 ammo left? I don't. I'm almost out of 8mm myself. Look out, incoming. As if to validate Grant's words, a cannon shell strikes the building she's in and leaves a large hole in the wall. After that, more bullets come in through the holes that's been made. Springfield, fall back with the wounded personnel. Leave this place to us. But your ammo. We'll be waiting to enjoy your coffee when we get back, and even if we don't have ammo, we'll still have our bayonets. Everyone, fix bayonets. How about a dado? Use your teeth if you want. Anything works as long as we can stop them. Hanyang Type 88 grips the dado in their hands and ignites the thrusters on her back. You look like you could take on an entire division by yourself. But of course. Alright, leave this place to us, Miss Springfield. Besides, the casualties will only get in the way if they stay here. Wait a minute. Notice it comes? You orders from the Commander. Our defense mission is over. The Commander wants everyone to fall back to the base immediately. Has help come at last? I wish I could watch these bastards get blown sky high with my own eyes. That's enough nonsense out of you. Let's get out of here before we get blasted into scrap. Almost at the same time, the temporary command post inside the base. The Commander nervously watches the indicators showing the positions of each doll as they maintain the tenuous balance of the defensive line. Galena assigns resources and adjusts from comm frequencies without a pause. All this is interrupted by a burst static from the radio in front of Kay. For moments, everyone freezes. All eyes on the handset that Kay is holding. Kay immediately puts the call through and listens to the voice coming from the handset with bated breath. This is Cobalt 13. Waterfall response. Over. Waterfall copies. Go ahead. Moscow has granted permission for the airstrike and bombers are in attack position. You have 5 minutes to direct them. Please send coordinates as soon as possible. Over. Waterfall copies. Thank you. Please hold. Over. Kay exhales heavily, as though a great weight has been lifted off him. He turns to look at the Commander. Give me the attack coordinates. Have them attack a 200-meter radius from the intersection of the Highway 183 and the railway station to the base entrance. The Commander's reply is instantaneous. That's danger close. Are you sure? We have no choice. Kay nods. He understands that this is a very difficult decision to make. Have your dolls fall back straight away. I'll try to buy as much time as I can. The Commander nods and issues the order to the other echelons with Kalina's help. This is Waterfall. Bombing coordinates at all surface targets at 84726543. Over. This is Cobalt 13. We can see Griffin forces within the blast radius. Please verify. Over. Kalina nods to the commander. The commander pauses, then holds up 2 fingers to K. Affirmative. We will evacuate the location within 2 minutes. Requesting danger close bombing. Over. Acknowledged. The bombing will commence in 120 seconds. Good luck. Cobalt 13 out. Far in the distance on the battlefield. I have to hand it to those doors for sticking it out so long. I don't know if I should praise his resilience or roast their tools for degenerating into such an unsightly state. They want to take on the West when they can't even beat a bunch of toys. No wonder the brass wants us to be rid of them. Is Griffin still holding out? Please let me take a look, Cabinet Major. The Wimple officer hands the binoculars to his commissar. Through the binoculars, he sees the thoroughly wrecked interior of the base and fires everywhere. Explosions erupt over and over from the Griffin positions. The smoke grenades that the dots have thrown out almost completely obscure vision, but he can be sure that they are falling back to the entrance at full speed. What do you think, Commissar? That is most impressive. They are tenacious enough to alter our mission. Still, they are nothing more than a civilian PMC. It's only a matter of time before they're all wiped out. Right, turn all the cameras off. Didn't they say that they wouldn't be providing any support? Did the chief change his mind? Moscow already sanctioned the airstrike. The objective is to exterminate all the surface forces of the rebel army. They're doing this just to save a single PMC. Seems Staitzig has an arrangement with the Germans, and the agents they've sent found something that the brass is interested in. That's an excellent political reason. But in that case, won't the evidence we're recording be marred? Thanks to the Dawn's fortitude, we've captured enough footage of the limbs being blasted in all directions. We can let the big shots in the Central Authority worry about the rest. Understood. I've ordered all squads to switch off the surface and drone cameras. 2 minutes later, a point of light rapidly descends, striking the last military armor train. A massive fireball swells up, consuming the gigantic rail vehicle as if it were nothing but a toy and throwing countless fragments into the sky. Such is the effect of a surface detonation of the 1,500 kilogram cruise missile originally intended for ripping open the underground structure of the submarine base. More points of light splinter mid-air into a zillion little motes that finally hit the ground. A series of explosions can be heard from the base, which is completely engulfed by smoke and dust. The Wimple officer puts on his binoculars and stuffs them back into his backpack. There's no need to verify the detonation of those terminal-sensitive projectiles. Let's get ready. It's about time to wrap this up. Understood, Commandant Major. Silvering. Yeah, our last stand has succeeded at great losses. The forces up top are saved. The enemy is defeated. However, the squad of mechs that Jaeger himself is leading into the underground part of the base is still active and a threat. Huh? Wait, what? Huh? Thank you for that recap. I would not have known about that. I'm pretty sure something went wrong there. I don't believe that's supposed to work that way. Polarized light. This should be polishing. Being sintering, foaming, foam, tempering, cutting, polishing. No, silvering. Huh? Hang on a second. That is 100% definitely broken. Let me quickly check something. Yeah, there's absolutely a cutscene there. Huh? Now, please, I am going to quickly do something. Okay, never mind. Others fundamental references? I think so. 1 second, please. Mixing, centering, foaming. Yeah, people are pretty sure that it broke with the recent cutscene. So, I'm just gonna... What I'm going to do is... That is. Use this. And quickly do a different thing. Which is... Do I still have... Yes, I do have a display capturing. So... a different thing as in... playing the story in a different way. Reason being, something is broken. At the Griffin Temporary Command Post. The bombing sounds like it will never end. The bunkers stand in silence, trembling along with the rest of the world. How many dogs made it back? Only half of them. They're pinned down by the enemy pursuers and can't shake them off. What a bunch of clingy bastards. The forces are scattered and the base is in chaos. Intercept them from our bunker. We mustn't let them in. Link up with Jaeger. What happens? I heard the explosions from over here. Served up Poliski. Neat. Where the Air Force conduct a bombing run, the military surface force should be finished, but some of them managed to flee into the base. This makes a pain in the ass. Fortunately, they're busy fighting as ever right now. I have a plan to wipe them all out in one fell swoop, but I'll need your help. Go ahead. I infiltrated the sub-base by sea. They have 4 valves which lead to the ocean. If we can pin down the mechs in the first floor and blow up 4 valves at the same time, we can drown them in seawater and Jaeger will be fish food. I'll tell you the location of the seawater valves. They're all located on the surface level of the base. If we're defeated here, then please blow the valves. Paul is heading towards you right now. They should be able to give you some assistance. What about you? We can't let the enemy have their way, no matter who they are. I understand. The transmission ends. Commander, what are you doing? Why are you putting on your bulletproof vest? Wait, you're taking your backpack and pistol too? Hang on, isn't that... As you can see, it's the one Kruger gave me. I'm not talking about the gun. Where are you going? You heard Angelina? Angelia. But the dolls haven't returned yet. You can't go in on your own. It's too dangerous. I know. That's why I'm not going alone. Okay, take this. Remote detonated explosives? Shouldn't be a problem, right? I trust this mission should be a piece of cake for you. Please, I've had more training than you've had meals. Case nears as he loads the explosive into his backpack. Then he picks up his weapon and gives it a quick check. I'm not the one who got KO'd before the fight even started. I don't cower behind doors all the time, unlike you. Wait, to tell me you're going to... Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. Good thing I didn't skip a single tactical training lesson. These are the coordinates we've received from Angie. We'll take 2 each. We can handle it, right? Got it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, both of you. Come on, I'll... You what? Give me 1 too. What are you talking about? She holds out her hand and repeats what she said when she interrupted me to say. Give me 1. Give me 1 too. I'll deal with one side for you. No, you stay here. This logistics officer who always has a brilliant smile does not belong on such a dangerous battlefield. And she has gone through the hell and high water by my side more times than I could count. I cannot and will not ask her to endanger herself for me again. If any dolls come back, someone will need to give them orders and resupply them. Someone has to man the command post. This is a very important duty. Do you understand, Colin? This is an order. I need someone to help me gather up the surviving dolls. She holds my gaze in silence. Then she nods solemnly. I can see the tears welling up in her eyes, but all I can do is turn away and feign nonchalance. Alright, let's head out, but make sure we all come back alive. There we go. Turn that off. Ta-da! There's always a way to find the story bits that you can't go through. I don't quite know what broke it, but something seems to have completely busted it, which is unfortunate. So, Polarized light. Silvering 2. It's a combat mission. Now, as you can see, Jaeger is still a pain in the ass with his 180,000 strength. Oh, wrong button. I meant to click on the command information stuff. Destroy the Thoroughfare 2, eliminate 5 enemies, and occupy the specific neutral heliport, or eliminate all enemies, and the mission will conclude once the turn ends. That includes Jaeger. I think we're gonna go for option 1. If only I had any confidence that he'll actually drown there. Destroy the Thoroughfare, 5 enemies, and occupy a specific neutral heliport, which is that one, up there, next to our start. Now the problem is, we don't have much time to do it. As you can see, Jaeger's on patrol. I actually patrolled back and forth, that's actually really helpful. Never mind. Also, I don't have a landmine ferry leveled. Yeah. Summer's mech doesn't even look cool. looks okay-ish, sort of. Yeah, connection to the light is covered. Now, the good thing is, I know how to do this mission mostly. Yeah, there's one connection that goes over to the right here. Then there's one going down here, one going up here, and I think there's one between them too. So, we only get to spawn one unit at the start. The school grading system gave him a 5+ at best. Pick up the bomb. Spawn another unit. And the turn. There's not much we can do apart from that. Yeah, it's often you misplay because the connected dot... Yeah. There's actually a solution to that, sort of, kind of. Now, I don't know how well that works yet. Admittedly. Wait a minute, do we need to destroy all thoroughfares or just one? Thoroughfare 2. Okay, so the second one over. Alright. If you zoom all the way out... doesn't really help. Okay. Break through the line. Using the lines to destroy thoroughfares not only turns them into roadblocks, but doing so when the enemy units are on them will also deplete their fighting strength. So take care of which spring you... take care to spring your trap at an opportune time. I don't want to destroy this one yet. I'm going in. I'm sending this squad right into the enemy middle, because we do need to defeat 5 enemies. And I might as well do that while we're right in the middle. Also, fucking love the squad. It is such a front-loaded squad for damage. It's really good. Blap, blap. IWS is great. Still wish that her figure released over here. Did not. Yeah, that's a 94,000. That needs to be stopped. Two. 3. We will blow ourselves up here. But it is what it is. I am ready for the earth-shattering kaboom when the enemy inevitably runs into me here. I can actually evacuate the units first. Goodbye! I don't really care that I don't get the... I mean, I like landmines, but at the same time, they just don't often make much sense. Exactly. Landmine ferry isn't exactly useful most of the time. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's just questionable. So, 2 of 3 objectives are completed. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. However, I am not a meta player. Like, I do not have everything. No, I... Yes. Surprisingly, I actually have relatively little in terms of what the game offers. Very specifically is something that I don't have a lot of, because the sheer amount of resources that you need to dump into them to level them up in the first place is painful. SF units too are something that is really cool, and I would like to have more of them, But they're so expensive that it's not really worth doing, so unless it's, like, one that I really like. So I have a lot of leaders, but not a lot of them are actually leveled up. I don't even know remotely what is meta in GFL, but you just... Yeah. You have no idea. It's arguably even worse in GFL. Yeah. At the moment it's Scar Sisters. It also changes every few events. Because there's just the sheer amount of units that you can have in the game makes it so that nothing will stay meta for particularly long. Whenever there's a new mod coming out, like a mod 3-4 unit, whenever there's a new unit coming out, it's always just gone. You always max level and develop your leaders when you get a new one. I actually have a lot of leaders. Or a decent amount of leaders, though I don't really invest much into them. But... initial 3-star. As you can see, I have 4 of them leveled. Yeah. Been doing it just... Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have not actually done the mobile armor thing because I just haven't had the time this week. Yeah, every second Korean pro gamer creates a new meta in League. It's impossible to keep up and you'll always get flack for not playing the new meta. Yeah, it's not quite that fast in this game. It's just that whenever there's a new event, it brings new units with it. Whenever there's a new big update, it brings new... It's almost like you don't love your robots. Oh, bots. What? Hmm? Your what bots? What I have been doing, and this is something actually impressive, okay, right? And this is something that I'm actually proud of. The armory. Hey, that's a new interface. If I sort by 5 stars, you will notice that all of them, every single one of them, is at least level 90. Except for these 4 down here, because they're dupes. I was thinking about leveling them at some point, but haven't done that yet. However, more importantly, all of the skills are also at level 10. And the same thing is starting to happen with my 4 stars, where I have not leveled them all to 100 yet, but there's a good chunk of them. But I'm starting to level all of the skills to max. And then I'll do the 3 stars, then I'll do the 2 stars. Because as much as I like the SF units, the normal units are just still way cooler. Also, Hawks are something now. Oh. Huh? Okay, no, that's still safe. Very good. Final target is mod 3, everyone. Yeah, I want to have everyone level capped, and, well, not level capped, but like as high level as reasonable, because having someone at mod 3, max level, is completely stupid, and you shouldn't waste your resources on that. You really shouldn't. It's a massive waste. There's not a big difference between mod 3 level 115 and mod 3 max level. Try to level all your love bots to 90 and max the link so you can disassemble for dupes safely. I guess. Now here's the secret of someone who has been playing the game for as long as I have. I have so many calls it doesn't matter. Oh hey, apparently I can dominate this. And whenever I run low on cores, well, there's this nice little feature about the 4 base camp that resets every month, and I can just Oh look, it's cores. I actually need new combat reports. Meanwhile, you with your 2x1 ZAS 8 in 1 and 2 1 times Vector for 13-4. Yeah. Dummy linking is just free. Yeah, doing it with the dolls that you produce is cheaper. But if you have enough resources to just do it without them... Like, I have every single 5-star max linked. I don't need that many anymore. Feels like some kind of sleeper agent activation code to you. I mean, 8th one is a weird map to do. And 13-4 I have never actually done, so I don't know. Silvering 3. Let me take a look. Hey look, mobile armors are actually available on this map, which totally is not gonna break them. Totally. Now, the enemies on this map are not that hard. I kind of want to do it with the machine gun squad, but I know that they're just gonna get... Actually, no, it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. I like my machine gun squads. They're very fun. Huh? What? Well, I guess I can close that gate on his face. I don't know why the game lets me do that. Sure. Squimsh. Be gone. Gate Chan in progress. The gates are the most defensive, the best defensive weapon that Griffin ever had. Apart from Kruger himself. Kruger himself was pretty chad. Not gonna lie. The guy's a machine. Offhanding a fucking RPG. Oh, I actually have to run straight through here. So I say the best defensive is a good door. Yes. I agree. Tip. Goliaths can be placed on the large water wharfs, and they will detonate on the next turn, flooding the surrounding area. The fighting in flooded areas will affect both friendly and hostile echelons to a certain extent, but some high-speed enemies will have a particularly significant disadvantage. Well, for now, I don't care. Get me more squads. Again, there isn't really any enemies on this map that I am afraid of or anything. They're just... Actually, no, there's one. There is one. Maybe two. Nope, one. Just one. There's one enemy with 94,000 strength on the map, and while I'm pretty sure that that's the kind of enemy you can still defeat, I'd rather avoid them. I didn't click on that. Moving. I salute to G3. Hi Terry, how are you doing? Where are you allowed to? Probably the whole map. Actually, less than I thought. Curious. Why did I do that? You still need an ID. Oh well. I guess I'll get the movement point. How was that from Stones when your wrist is a bit busted, but alright? I'm doing alright. I can't spawn any more normal squads, however. Yeah, this game lets you cheese some things in very funny ways. You're only supposed to have 4 fighting echelons on this map. Except that you can spawn 4 more if you have SF squads. We are surround capturing that enemy helipod, which is very useful. KSVK making short work of all the enemies because her rate of fire is kind of stupid. It's great. And this map does have a lot of enemies, though none of them are particularly dangerous. So, now we have 11 movement points, and it's going to get rapidly more. I will need to pick up all of these IEDs. Though they're not actually IEDs. Now, the funniest thing about this entire ordeal is the fact that when this map came out, SF squads were not available. So, a lot of the things that you can do to cheese maps just didn't exist. Move over here. What's up? And now we start moving out. We have all of our explosives picked up and ready to move. So what I really want to do right now is just breach the enemy down here. This game does get a bit silly these days. I mean, it's mostly just the fact that this map existed before you could have SF dolls. And now that you can have them, it makes a lot of things a lot easier. Because you can have double the amount of squads that you intended to do. You can't move. Very funny and very good, actually. Also, the thing that I'm doing here right now with the rifle squad is just capture some enemy command post, or attempt to, so that they're not going to be spawning endlessly. Because there's a lot of enemies coming. It's not ideal. Actually going to have to extract the squad soon, because they're running out of supplies. Now, one of the enemies has reached our front gate. Yep, I just need... Large 1 to 12-3. But... I could either destroy all 4 of them, or just one and occupy a specific node. Which node? This node. I'm just gonna blow everything to smithereens, fuck it. time to break our way through the front line. Let's see how far we can get everyone. More verse means more water means more drowned Jaeger, right? Exactly! We don't want Jaeger to survive. That would be the worst situation. An alive Jaeger. So we will line up all of our explosives neatly in front of the main base. And see how far we can move everyone. Because I would kind of really want to blow everything up at the same time. That would be really fucking funny. So. Actually don't answer that, I don't care. Yeah, Jaeger's a bitch, he doesn't deserve to get his name spelled right. I need one to go to the left. IWS will do that. Back. Now there's a lot more than just 5 enemies to fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this squad with it continuously to just capture this node here. So I can resupply there and be fine. Next turn though. Next turn. That's not going to get surround captured. I can also resupply there. Which I probably will actually do. Spawn a unit there so I don't need to use too many moves for it. Hell yeah, logistics. Woo! So, spawn a unit here. Not support echelons. Mwah. Yeah, could probably do. Because then it doesn't even need any resources. Which is a little bit busted, but it doesn't even use a movement point. Anyway, these entire group of forces of mine will just push straight south. There's no reason to make them wait. Supply. Switch with you again. With everyone south. It's a large military arms convoy. Thank you very much for your service, Support Echelon. You have been a great gas station. So. Now then. Break through the enemy with IWS. Because we do need to resupply this turn, otherwise it's going to get a little bit spicy. Oh, you're right, I forgot Architect actually has the ability to support units from afar. For the most damage dealt this round was Architect just blasting right into the middle. As long as single fire supply train, that never backfired ever. Yeah, I know, right? It's fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Did you tip? Yes. Architect deserves a tip. Architect is probably still my favorite SF doll. He's just funny as shit. She has a one-track mind in the best possible way. Move you onto the helipod. Move you over here. So that I can capture it without it just being blocked by surround capture. Should reminds you of somebody. Does she? I wonder who you might be referring to. Straight into the enemy. Dude from Naruto who just wanted to blow shit up. Oh yeah, him! You're right, sort of, kind of. Get fucked, enemy. There isn't much you can do about this. MG4 just blasting. End turn. Now, this enemy will actually be able to move again. So we only have this one turn to move past it, plant the explosives, and dip. That has to happen this turn. But the good thing is, that's no problem. We have more than enough movement points. KSVK and NTW absolutely fucking shit up. No chill. No chill at all. MG4, MG5, and 338 are about to blast again as well. Even Architect's Missile in the middle there does not make a difference. Probably reminded because the new guy we're about to hire at your workplace has two of that curse mark thing on Sasuke has. I see. Man, anime is really, really popular nowadays, isn't it? It's so weird coming from the time where anime and video games were things that you got bullied for, and now everybody likes them. It's so weird. Still think it's cringe. I mean, yeah, I guess. So, IWS will just push straight towards the large vault of 1. Just face first into the enemy. Also, the biggest problem about this handgun squad, or about this rifle squad, is the fact that it is backloaded with 4 of the best handguns in the game for buffing, which I thus don't have available to other squads. But at the same time, it makes IWS so much fucking better. Also, I could probably actually upgrade this squad, sort of, kind of, but haven't really looked into it. Now, with 10 more movement points, I wonder if I just go planning mode here. We can almost make it. In other words, go for it. At least One Piece doesn't have much of an edgy teen angst. Not gonna get into that either, though, because, yeah. Honestly, One Piece is something that I used to watch and read, or rather watch, as a kid. A lot. And it was really fun. But at some point it just lost me, because it just jumped the shark. But I don't know why, but everything that was considered the big 3 just kind of wasn't for me. Or catch it whenever it was an afternoon TV, and that's about it. Exactly, same. But even there it lost me, because they just... Cancel. Okay. What happened here? I'm gonna switch the 2 of you out. Oh, because we've been doing fire support, I guess. I don't know why I closed the gate, but I guess I closed the gate. That was the wrong button. Okay, no. I'm gonna go about this a little bit differently. It's cringe you can embrace, but Naruto, but it's... You can embrace, but Naruto's not that, I guess. I will say that I did actually like it as a kid as well. To an extent. But... Again, that had also the issue of just constantly raising the stakes to the point where the entire show just didn't make sense anymore. It was a bit wild. Okay. We can afford to chill for Jelly. Nope, you need to move. You need to move. And resupply. Now we can afford to chill. Nothing in direct range of us that it's going to be able to destroy us. I have to admit, you like Neji. Probably because his character argues to ditch that teen angst is becoming a responsible young man. I guess. Again, there was decent fights in there and everything. Probably, yes. It is a submarine base. Yeah. But this here is a submarine base that we're dealing with. Or rather, we're extracting information and stuff from it while defending it against the rebel forces in the military. Now then. They're good fights for sure. Neji versus the Spider Guy, Rock Lee versus the Bone Guy. There's a lot of really good fights in Naruto. However, I can only repeat what I said earlier. The problem is that there's just no consistency. Something that is touted as the end of the world earlier just suddenly becomes minor scale in comparison to stuff happening later. It's just stupid. I think examples are fairly early. Yeah. Now, I did like the explosion guy. The explosion guy was funny. He also had a move that was... This is the first time I've actually gotten to see this cutscene and fight. Bang! Get nuked. Now then. This guy to play with a marionette was also fun to watch. Yeah! Break away from the explosion. That was also at the level where, yeah, there was already some bullshittery. But it wasn't to the same level yet. Like, the big fuck off, I'm going to blow myself up alongside you thing that he did later was quite big. But at the same time, it was also a thing of, if I use this, I'm not going to make it out. So... It is time to set the detonation timers. And I'm just going to march you three over to the right. Go forth and conquer. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I actually really like this map because it's It could probably do with being more difficult, like with harder enemies. But the concept of the map is really good. For the longest time, you thought Data was a girl anthology. How? Dude doesn't look anything look like anything like a woman. What's the hair? He was just an emo. Hair-wise. I was thinking the paint of fingernails. Kaboom. Flooding this shit. Game? Ahem. Go on, you quickly help out IWS over there to break out. Do you vividly remember him having painted fingernails? Maybe? I couldn't tell you. Like, again, no judging what you might be into, but that dude was obviously a dude. Maybe the game just hasn't realized that I've blown all 4 of them at the same time. Like, they're gone. All of them. Please finish the mission. That would be very nice. There we go. Okay. Architect is great. Virtual image reforging. After I quickly fuse some dolls into each other. There you go. That would be chapter 4 complete. And then we get into chapter 5. Which, yeah, it's a place. In front of the main elevator. The shockwaves from the explosions can be felt even deep below the base. However, that doesn't stop the Sanguis dolls in the mechs from killing each other. Countless SF units block the mechs in advance. I can appreciate somebody who's just really passionate about the craft, even if that craft is just to blow shit up. Yeah, same. Yeah. Turn to Zircon. Zircon, do you copy? Zircon, do you copy? I can't contact Hamatide either, Captain. Damn Air Force, have they already made the move? Captain, that is these SF units. Please break out of the encirclement. We don't have much time left. You need to complete the mission for the sake of our comrades. Amber 2, Amber 3, you're under the command of Amber 1. Crush the enemy, link up with me ASAP. Yes, sir. All Amber units, depress your missiles and fire at 3 o'clock. Clear path for the captain. Stop them. The SF dolls rush towards him at maximum speed, attempting defense of the enemy. However, dozens of missiles explode among the Sanguis dolls, forcing open a path among them. Nikas Mac rides the shockwave of the explosions as it surges out at top speeds. The only one who can stand in his way is now Judge. It's my final gift for you. Take it, puppets. If you blow up with your bomb, then you've made a mistake, some dude from the IRA. I can appreciate a fucked up joke, man. There's no need to aim and certainly no need to slow down. The mech hits the tiny hull at full velocity. Judge is sent flying like a ragdoll and crashes heavily into the wall of the passage. This image is still broken. Judge! Where are you looking, doll? The Senna's plasma cannons begin to glow. However, a shell explodes in front of the cockpit before it can fire. M4 wields the firing platform that she received from M16 as she stands at a high vantage point. Angie, we're currently engaging them in battle. Our weapons can't damage these mechs at all, but we can just about slow them down. Alright, we'll stick to the plan and split them up before we destroy them piecemeal. We'll have the chance to win. Understood. I'll try to draw those wingmen up. Die. Aim for the legs and the cockpit. Got it. Angie, go off, there you go. Leave this place to us. Got it. 1294, with me. Angie picks up a handset and shouts into it. RPK 16, head straight to the second level. Jaeger's broken through the encirclement. Elsewhere, M4's heavy firepower shell might not have penetrated the cockpit of the mech, but it almost caused the mech itself to stall out. The officer piloting it understands that he's positioned it very badly. His machine is caught in the perfect spot for a pincer attack from Griffin ambushes. They must have identified him as the one in command to have opted for this maneuver. Amber 2, cover me. We'll pull back into the elevator regroup. Yes, sir. Amber 1 evades several grenades fired at its legs. Just as I'm about to enter the elevator, there's a massive explosion. I aim for the hip joints. They make... yeah. Any joints on a mech, really. Like, legs are a great weak spot. A blinding glow of blue-white light engulfs the location where the main elevator should have been. The mech is thrown high into the air, then crashes heavily back to the ground. Did they all perish in the end? You can't count on SF for anything. Is that... Returns and the stiff look on M4's face confirms his suspicion. The one who spoke is none other than... Okay, she's also broken. It's been a while, my friends. Beneath the bluish radiance, the white-haired doll finally appears before former teammates. We meet at last, Lunasia. Welcome to the party. You've been late. Unfathomable singularity. Maybe it's not broken, maybe just modern art. Who knows? On the battlefield. Mind your right. Roger. A squad of troops runs through the tunnels, but none of them notice me as I hide in the shadows of a corner. Kay and I regularly check each other's position to help our counterparts stay out of the military sites, and we continue onwards, darting from cover to cover. Reorganize our infantry into autonomous units. Don't let the enemy split you up. Your top priority is to rally with other squads. The military forces have entered the base, are completely scattered in this array, but gunfire still rings out in the distance. The remaining dolls keep disrupting the surviving squads, trying to slow down their attempt to regroup. Commander, do you read me? Loud and clear. Our forces are engaging the military in close quarters. We can't regroup, but they probably won't be able to storm us for a while. We don't have many dolls left and can't launch an assault, so all we can do is keep trying to delay them, but we won't be able to slow them down for long. Understood. We'll be quick. Trouble ahead of you, my commander. I see it. The bastards have set up a temporary command post right in front of the gates. What a nasty place to put it. The enemy officers are probably thinking of a way to rattle you. What should we do? We'll need to take out the command post if we want to reach the valves. Should we have your dolls attack again? There aren't many soldiers left, but we don't have enough dolls to spare either. Carlin, can you hear me? I hear you, Commander. Please proceed. I'm trying to infiltrate a military strongpoint. Have a remaining force barracks suppressor fire at them. Just draw their attention. There's no need to press the attack. Have them start shooting now. I'll think of a way to slip past them while the soldiers are distracted. But, Commander... Do it, Kalina. Yes, right away. The gunfire intensifies right away. The soldiers and the automatons nervously run toward the gunfight. Stray bullets keep zipping past the defense line and hitting the walls not far from me. The sound is both unnerving and comical at the same time. Are you sure you want to take the risk? Since when have any of our missions not been risky? Good luck then. I'll have a minute of silence for you if you get turned into shot into Swiss cheese. Save the morning for later and finish the mission. Come on out. There's no more cover up ahead, but there's no time to hesitate. I shift the explosives to rest on my sides, press myself flat on the ground as I can go, and then slowly crawl forward. Lycos been hit. Someone drag him away. Can't hold them. Does anyone have any grenades left? Not me. I've used them all up. I'm almost out of magazines too. Can someone take my place? I'll do it. Contact the sergeant and have him bring more AP rounds over. And bring in more men too. We can't hold out much longer over here. They're out of AP too. Any casualties who can still move, help to reload the magazines. The rest of you conserve your ammo. The firefight rages on in the distance, and the troops who have been hit are dragged away by other soldiers. Those casualties aren't fatally injured and experienced veterans. They know better than to expose themselves while shooting. However, Dawn's fire control systems grant their superior reflexes in close combat, and these soldiers' arms and weapons have been shot through by bullets. Their screams fill the air. The medics do their best to stop the casualties bleeding while the remaining soldiers take ammo from the wounded and return to the fray. The sounds of gunfire and shouting inside the passage are deafening. While the remaining soldiers are focused on the firefight, I take advantage of the distraction and quickly crawl past them. Another squad soldier runs to the point of contact from the temporary command post. The gun-mounted flashlights sway wildly in the darkness as I feel strong light flitting across my face several times. Fortunately, they're in a hurry to get to their destination and take no notice of me as I lie prone on the ground. After they run past, I get to my feet quickly as I can and jog over to my cover on the other side, which gives me a chance to catch my breath and dislodge my heart from my throat. There's only one problem now. The military's temporary command bunker is over 10 meters away from me, but the C-valve is behind the bunker, so there's no way I can go around it. Where's Carrasco's squad? Have them draw closer to us. Carrasco's dead. Squad 9-1 and 9-3 are trying to flank Griffin's firebase. Don't bother flanking them. We need to shake over these dolls. The captain's waiting for us. But the enemy's dead set on keeping us here, and we've used up a lot of ammo. Have them peel off and fall back to our location. We'll link up and catch up with the captain. All that remains of our forces. You mean there won't be any more reinforcements? Did you hear the explosions outside? Do you think a PMC could do that? Those goddamn lackeys. As long as the captain reaches our control room, our comrades won't have died in vain. Hurry up and contact the other... Several gunshots ring out and blood sprays from the heads of the two men in the bunker. I'll probably roll into the bunker and put another round in each of their heads for good measure, then take the weapons and radio one of them before running toward the valves. The enemy doesn't seem to have noticed that the commanders have been killed amidst a clamor of battle. This gives me enough time to do my work. The explosion detonators are in good condition. Now all I need to do is get to safety and trigger them. After verifying that the trigger is fine, I put it in my pockets and pick up the incoming transmission that's been demanding my attention for a few seconds. Commander, do you copy? I finished planting the explosives on my end. Roger, I'm done over here too. You go back first. I've run into a little bit of trouble here. You killed the commanders? Couldn't have got past them otherwise. Be careful. The other squads are looking for you. Got it. I'll contact Danger again, then decide what to do next. Can you reach out from your current position? The signal interference just vanished. It should be fine now. Command out. Angie, do you read me? I read you. I'm a little busy now, to make it quick. All the explosive charges and detonators have been planted. They're ready to go at any time. How are things on your end? Jaeger broke through the second level. My team and I are pursuing him. The AR team is still engaging the other mechs on the upper level. I'm not sure of the status. Things are looking bad for us. Please be ready to detonate at any time, Commander. Acknowledged. When can you withdraw? Whether or not we manage to withdraw, prepare to detonate the explosives. Set them to trigger in 5 minutes. During this time, have everyone who can evacuate head to high ground. Thought we wouldn't use this backup plan if we could beat the military. Things have changed. Starfish appears to have been activated. Even if we stop it right away, they're still going to drop cruise missiles on us. I was careless. Even if Jaeger didn't make it to the control room, M16 made contact with a pipe node in the past. She's got authorization to activate Starfish as well. Damn it. Space and the facilities inside should never have existed in the first place. At this point, all we can do is play it by ear. Understood. I'll find a way to evacuate the others. Commander out. And 4, there's the Commander. Do you read me? What's your situation? Go ahead, Commander. We're currently engaged in intense combat, and former member of the AR team has shown up too. Find some way to bring everyone back. NG found signs of starfish activation on the lower levels. We're going to blow the sea valves in 5 minutes and the lower levels of the base will be flooded with seawater. Unable to comply, we are currently in very close proximity to the enemy and we are unable to leave right away. Also, M4 is preparing to pursue M16. Nobody here can stop her. Do what you can to bring them all back. I'm blowing the sea valves in 5 minutes. After that, everything's going to be submerged in seawater. I will do my best to evacuate them. I'm counting on you. Command out. Colleen, do you hear that? I've planted the bombs on my end. Take your forces and get to high grounds. I'm detonating them in 5 minutes. But what about you? The soldiers are starting to fall back. Well, why don't we launch an assault? Don't take any more risks. If I find a way to get out on my own, I'll find a way to get on my own. Command out. Poroshenko, take your squad and follow me. Stuka, Knight 3, do you copy? Someone got the second lieutenant. There's an enemy infiltrator here. Search this surroundings and find an Amrat. Well, they didn't waste any time. The troops near the bunker begin approaching. I look at the detonator and the weapon I'm holding. It's plain to see that the stand-up fighters against the incoming troops is not the best option. Also, I have a more important mission to carry out. However, the soldiers have almost surrounded me, and I probably won't be able to use my previous tricks to sneak past them again. Over here. Right now, hesitation means death. I spray the soldiers with my commandeered rifle and rush out as quickly as I can while they dive for cover. Panthereth, open fire! Bullets fall like rain, hot on the heels of my feet. I throw the rifle aside without a second thought and run past the dungeon up ahead at top speed. I dodge the last few bullets and elude the enemy's pursuit by rolling into a narrow alley. Move up and flank them. Don't let the rats escape. The soldiers shoot into the alley where I'm hiding in pairs, one kneeling, one standing. I hear another team approach the alley, but the firearm on my side is too heavy. And I can't poke my head out. There's a clatter, followed by the sound of something rolling into the alley. The grenades. I drop to the ground a moment before the explosion, and the concussion from the blast in close proximity leaves my ears ringing. I immediately, or perhaps a few seconds later, scramble to my feet, panting heavily as I hug the wall. My skin grows clammy with sweat. Whether it's due to panic or physical exertion, I don't know. My left arm hurts like hell, and the numbness in my fingertips seems to suggest the worst. I reach under my clothes with my right hand and feel warm wetness everywhere. Rotten luck. The enemy's approaching and I don't have much time. Transfer the detonation trigger from my coat to my left hand. I'm relieved to see that the hand isn't injured too badly. I can still make a fist with it. I take out my pistol and prepare to make one last gamble. This sure brings back memories, but compared to my current state, what I went through before might as well have been a nice picnic. You know, when I first took this job, you never told me it would involve this level of occupational hazards, boss. Sadly, I doubt I'll be able to collect my overtime pay from you. The soldiers' gunshots have grown so deafeningly loud. Looks like they're going to get past my cover any second now. Suppose I should at least give myself a more dignified death. I prop myself up against my cover and take aim. A shot is fired, but not from the soldiers. It's from further away. Be more worried about the hazard pay. The colony's already grown to the fullest. There's no more hazard pay. That wasn't a handgun. Strange. Where'd these reinforcements come from? The soldier falls as a bullet catches him in the head. The other soldiers look around frantically, trying to look at the shooter, but they soon hit as well. In an instant, the battlefield is silence once more. Saving your life costs extra, Commander. Remember to put another 0 on the end of your fee when you get back. It's at 4-4. How does it feel, Commander? Don't you want to burst out laughing upon seeing your heaven-sent reinforcements? It's too early to laugh, though. Only 416 and I managed to sneak in. We'll think of a way out to get you out of here. Hang in there. We'll be with you right away. We need to get to high ground. The sea valves are about to blow. Then we'd better hurry. Escaping from such an exposed position won't be easy. As much as I don't want to, we'll need to ask them for help. Now, as you can see, there isn't much of the event left, so maybe I can actually get through it all today. So let's go for... Which one should we do first? Let's go for observable... Actually, no, let's go for causality separating plane. Several minutes ago. On the ground floor of the base, not far from the seawater valves. There's UMP-45. AR team, where are you? We're almost out of ammo. I'm out of handgun rounds too. Come on now, lend me your gun. There's 2 minutes until detonation. You should get out of here. Who cares if we left? Well, don't make bad deals. Last mag. Come on now, we're sending someone through the blockade. What's your current position? I told you to forget about me, just evacuate. Nobody would ever do that. Tell me your position now. I've said it to you. How many people can you send down and over? Sorry, it's just me. I came in by sea. Still, I can hold a gun and brought my ammo with me. I like SLAs. She looks so damn good. Shotgun. That's better than nothing. You're absolutely right. Ah, come on, you're in a mess. Oh, don't talk. Save your strength. The door broke through is heavily damaged, but she still rushes to my side. After replenishing the ammunition, Squad 4-4 is once again capable of fighting back. Rotating 4-4, we're approaching from your flank. Check your fire. You're late. The AR team's firepower rips through the military squad flank. Between the two grenades going off amidst the soldiers and the doll's accurate shooting, the enemy squad is swiftly eliminated. Commander, are you alright? I'm not dead yet. There's 1 minute until detonation. Let's hurry and get out of here. No problem. We're going to stage a breakout. 4-4, please stick close to us. Naturally. Oh, don't overexert yourself, Commander. Come, it'll be faster if I carry you. Wait, I'm not... never mind, then, if you please. Thanks to the AR team's superior firepower, the Griffin team breaks through the military's final blockade. Not long after we exited the base from the site, a chain of explosions go off and the titanic quantities of seawater gush into the base through the breaches. The darts carry me to the upper levels and spare me from being swept away by the seawater. However, the soldiers still in the base are obviously not as fortunate. Didn't think we'd actually wipe out the military in the end, even if it was in such a way. Just inconceivable. But Angie and the Fire are still down there, and we can't contact them for. If the seawater keeps pouring in, the underlevels of the base will be flooded. I'm sure they'll be able to escape. Hope so, because we can't do anything for them from here. Who are these kids? Squad 4-4 brought them back here. Are they juvenile Nitos? Are they the objective of Angie's investigation? Commander. Oh, see you're still alive, Kane. Were you expecting otherwise? You came at the perfect time. These are the children that Angie asked 4-4 to bring out. You must know something about them. So they're the ones you found within the base. Yes. Kane studies a little Nito hiding behind 45 with a complicated look on his face. Is there something you can tell us, Herr Schwaben of the Stasi? Did they send another HK weapon to bail out the other HK weapons? Maybe. The SL8 is a weapon that was never adopted, but it did exist. I think actually it still exists. It's essentially a sniper/hunting rifle in the shape of a... derived from the G36. It's a bit weird, but cool. These children are not our main objective. Actually, we weren't even aware of their existence. However, when I was conducting my investigation of Paradise in southern Europe, I came across information related to the prototype of juvenile Nitos. It was a case report concerning an illegal orphanage. An orphanage. Yes, an orphanage in the south of Germany. We believe that there was that was where Paradise began their experiments. These children are clones created by Paradise. For what purpose? Paradise was trying to create humans that could access the digital network in order to enter the OGAS system. However, that was just our conjecture. Nobody knows exactly how far along Paradise is in their research. It says here it's a civilian version of the G36, but your source is Wikipedia, so who the hell knows. It is a civilian version of the G36, however... it is a bit more than just that. They tried to tout it as a marksman rifle, but it's in 5.56, so it never got adopted by anyone. Actually, I think. Unless I was misinformed by something. That is also not impossible. I think I might have been misinformed here. Oh no, never mind. It does exist. The SL8-1, 2. Very rare, this version was designed as a new DMR for the German Bundeswehr, although in the end it was not adopted. It was to be issued with Viper and the G36 type 3.5 times optic. Yeah. So it wasn't the original reason to make it, but it existed. Yes. Making it not the ideal kind of thing for a marksman rifle, you know? 5.56 is good for many things. Marksman rifles kind of need a little bit more range. A neural cloud computing space constructed from a human consciousness. That's not possible, is it? Unfortunately, it's true. I saw it in the lab. Really? This is just too strange. What on earth is Polarized trying to make? The ground starts shaking again. Are they still fighting on there? It doesn't... It means someone is still alive, at least. A brilliant blue light flares up from the submarine base in the distance, stretching all the way to the utmost limits of the sky, brighter than ever before. Let's see if we can get it done today. Observable limits 1. On the first floor of the submarine base. The skirmish inside the base is still going on. The military mechs are forced down the elevator shaft by M16's attacks, and M16 jumps down after them. The sub just calls a solar flare. I think not, no. The actinic blue light shining in the shaft of the destroyed main elevator grows brighter, and the tremors from the explosions cause the dolls to stagger. Ladies, a new transmission from the commander. In 5 minutes, the commander will detonate the C-valve, so we cannot remain here. Also, 4-4 send a distress signal. The commander's trapped near the C-valves and needs help in getting clear. So it's time for the last resort, huh? What now, leader? Everyone, withdraw to the upper levels and find a way to rescue the commander. But 16 is still down here. I'll find her. The rest of you take the commander to a safe place and wait for me. Are you sure? But you'll be down here by yourself. None of you can withstand 16 OGS attacks. And besides, you know that it's not her firepower when you're dealing with her. The elevator won't last much longer. If you go down, you'll have a hard time getting back up. I'm not going to die here. I'm not going there to die. Have faith, I'll bring 16 back. Since you've already set your mind to it, we won't waste any more of your time. Hurry down there and bring that asshole back. I'm sure M4 can do it. Yeah, well, take care of everyone. Got a leader. We'll be waiting for your return. Yep, I'll be right back. After receiving the orders, the AR team rushes to the commander's position. Meanwhile, M4 peers down the elevator shaft when she suddenly feels Dandelion's consciousness return to her neuroclouds. Dandelion. I think I should be with you at a time like this. Tell me what you can perceive. Connection density is spiking. Vast quantities of data are flooding in. I believe that Starfish isn't just showing signals of being activated, it has already been activated. So is our mission a failure? Eliza isn't able to truly enter the network which is linked to the source yet. She's missing something. So strictly speaking, we haven't failed yet, and the outside world shouldn't be able to determine that Starfish has been activated. Also, the Starfish activation has increased the connection density of OJS, which allows me to see more things. If we get closer, I'll be able to find my way into M16's or even Eliza's neural clouds. Can we stop them remotely? Tell them to get to safety at least. I can't make any promises, but at least we'll know what we're up to. Understood. Do your best. In front of the elevator. Under the cover of the Sanguis doll, M16 nimbly slips into the blind spot of a mech and stuffs a grenade into its joint. She evades the mechanical foot that seeks to crush her and leaps out from behind the mech. There's an explosion, the mech shudders, then lists to one side. Still not enough. Amber 3's movements are impeded. Hang in there. Suppress the enemy ahead, I'll cover you. Yes, sir. The plasma cannon blasts the place where M16 was standing a second ago. However, she's far more agile than the mech and avoids the shot. The adjutant's mech uses this opportunity to position itself in front of its fallen comrades. Emergency repairs on number 3 are complete. Hold off the enemies behind us, I'll handle things here. Sir. M16 takes out another grenade and charges at the mech before her. Did you think the same trick would work twice? The adjutant's mech breaks away from M16, its 2 secondary guns pre-charged and ready. The crosshair rests on M16. Just then, the earth starts shaking. A massive tremor and the sound of rupturing metal comes from the distance. It is still the sea monster were tearing up the base of the reinforced concrete. The sudden change freezes everyone in their tracks. Before the soldiers realize what's happened, M16 leaps away. From what she can tell, there's no point in fighting there any longer. She quickly makes for the gate in front of the elevator and tries to close the final passage. Trying to run. The clock strikes 12 and the ball is over. The massive gate in front of the elevator creaks and begins to close. Damn you, get out of my way! Amber 1 rushes towards the elevator, but the gate is already half shut. The opening is not big enough for even the jeep to pass through. Thunk. The heavy collision makes the elevator gate ring. The mech can't get in. Then there's an ear-piercing shriek of twisting metal. The mech has forced its arms into the gap and is using all its horsepower to force the gate open. The overload of its throttles make the mech shudder as it slowly pries the gate open, foot by foot. Humans just don't know when to quit, do they? M16 makes no move to attack. She simply watches from in front of the mech. Thank you. A figure slides into the elevator from below the mech. What? After that, a cannon shell strikes the mech squarely on the cockpit. The mech falls silent for an instant, then its massive reactor explodes. The green iron colossus falls backwards. Ka-chuck. The gate slowly closes. The elevator, which has now lost most of its floor, whirs to life beneath the blue glow and begins its descent. A disconcerting silence hangs thickly in the air. I have to say, this is very handy. I'm glad you like it. M16 looks calmly at the dearly familiar doll, who currently has a weapon, the weapon given to her by M16, trained steadily on herself. I finally caught up to you. I wish you hadn't. In the end, you've come to a place where you shouldn't be, just as you trusted someone you shouldn't have. It's not too late to stop now. By my authority as the leader of the AR team, I order you to return to us right now. It's already been too late. Ever since Operation Butterfly. But why? What exactly are you trying to achieve? Why do you want to activate Starfish? Why do you want to help Eliza get into Starfish? I have no obligation to answer you. When did you become like this, M16? Do you know what kind of consequences this will lead to? That's fine. I'm willing to take full responsibility. It all started because of me, and it's oddly heartening to know that it will also end with me. You want me to stop? Then defeat me here and now. Prove your strength with iron and fire. Use that strength to prove that you're right. Don't think I can't do it, M16. And for the files in the Neurocloud are as powerful as ever. OJS is probably protecting her. If you can attack her now, you can force it to split up the computational power. That way I might get a chance to take control of her body. I'll try. And Paul's finger slowly tightens around the trigger of the weapon on her shoulder. The trigger of the weapon which M16 gave her. No, I know you can do it. After all, this isn't the first time we fired at each other. Come on then, try and stop me. Let's go for 3 first, because it's the side path. Observable limits 3. Night battle. Work with his efforts wants to destroy all the rebel troops. I guess. Now, I'm almost certainly going to need some armor-piercing capabilities here, so I'm going to be bringing my rifle squads. That's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Okay. Alright. Bring it on, artillery. Don't know how they brought artillery to the bottom here. Let's restart that and just bonk. Oh yeah, I'm making good progress. I am... Big tunnels. Yes. I guess. I spawned the wrong unit on the wrong side, because this is the anti-armor specialist, while the other one is good against armor, but better against, like, larger squads. Now then, let's bring in a little bit more fun. Here we have another rifle squad. And from here on out, it's just going to be normal squads. I see pea grenades on here. Do I even need them? I don't think I do. I don't see how strong you are, but I think it's a 7,000. You know what? Let's spawn my SF squads. Oh, I can bring them both. Very good. Let's break through right here. Bang. Even that guy up there, the 18,000 dude, I don't think he's gonna be that much of a problem, theoretically. So to crawl, and he's dead. Ta-da! And that was without even any armor-piercing weaponry. So I want this squad to break through to the top there. There's two enemies down here. Go on, Kar98. Actually, I kind of want to use Kar98 against that squad up there. Bang, bang. Alright, I think there's going to be a new Kar98 costume coming soon. It looks very nice. 6,000, you say? Be gone. Bonk, bonk. Oh, there's three of them. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. Did I have a heavy helipod? No? Okay. I can resupply, and then, I guess there's one up here, or down here. Because I'm going to absolutely need that for that. Those three up there, I'm pretty sure, have shields. But that's another enemy defeated. Bring the rifle squad down here. Yeah, I really have started the wrong squad on the wrong side, because the left side was all the heavy armor units, on the right side was all armored infantry. There isn't really much that I can do right now. Actually, no, there's a unit up there still. Well, IWS, go forth. Well, again, these guys are also heavy armor, but not for very long. Bang. I love IWS. She's just such a good rifle. Open the gates. And the turn. I'm probably just gonna beat the SF dolls in combat as well. Please tell me it's not a fucking timed one. Wah. Okay, it's not. Very good. Very good. Get me my BGM. Put 95 of them already. Well, it's time to try our best. I don't know how well this will go, actually. Because this enemy unit has a very annoying moveset. Never mind, I guess. Like you just got a second win, was about to doze off and miss that way. Well, time to destroy all of the rebels. Hey, we even got Architect to help us here. Bang bang. Car 98 is absolutely devastating on Mod 3 against specific targets. She has a lot of conditions, but she's really good. You know, bang bang. And she's collecting more and more medals. I think she's gonna be at max now. So, yeah. She's also out of ammo. And the mission is over already. Very good. Now, as I mentioned, there isn't much left. There's gonna be 3 more combat missions and a bunch of story. I believe this one was not story, but just... Is that a farming map? Was that a farming map? It's causing inflation of the Iron Cross economy. That's a way to say it, I guess. I forgot what this mission was for. Like, it... Anyway, light cone frame of reference. 1. I guess maybe that's just a continuation of that? I don't know. Deep within the submarine base. You guys' mech presence up deep on within the bowels of the base. The size and structure of the mech limits the possible routes that it can take. Still, if it weren't for all the modifications Polarized has made to the complex, which caused huge discrepancies between the original floor plan and the actual layout, he would have reached his destination by now. Simon's attack has separated him from his wingman, and the situation has taken a turn for the worse. The mech is not very agile within this confined space, and the darts of the fire are constantly attacking him from within his blind spots. Fortunately, the mech still has a clear upper hand in terms of firepower, and Defiant's attacks have been repeatedly repelled by his return fire. There's no sign of a new attack. Perhaps those darts are critically damaged. A loud explosion comes from overhead. Terra Amber, please come in. However, his transmission is only met with static. No answer from the rest of his forces either. So I'm the only one left, huh? Jaeger puts down his handset and uses this brief moment of respite to check on his map. He's suddenly struck by a sense of déjà vu. He's felt this way before in World War III. The feeling of being surrounded by enemies in the depths of the Black Forest in Germany. A frightening silence envelops him, making him feel as though he's entirely alone. Yet his senses tell him something is nearby. Enemies. Enemies who want to kill him. They're close. I know you're out there. Once I get rid of you, the control room will be within my reach. Nobody answers Jaeger as he mutters to himself. The silence feels like it's trying to convince him that he's truly alone. However, Jaeger's certain that she's here. He could practically smell that woman now. Angelia, that relentlessly meddling woman, the one who stood in his way over and over again. Amen. Jack. And then, as if Angie is mocking him. I don't know, I couldn't tell you. The last light in the corridor goes out. Then comes the sound of metal objects striking the ground and smoke spews forth. Petty tricks. The next view screen has gone completely dark, so you guys switches to infrared mode. Shortly after that, civil incendiary grenades fly out from the corner and set the corridor on fire. Now the only thing the AR sensors are showing is blinding whiteness. The moment his vision is obscured, bullets rip through the silence and strike the mech's visual cameras, and the mech instantly loses vision on its port side. Jaeger's mech groans as it reverses at high speeds. However, he suddenly hears a sound from behind. It's followed by an explosion. The support column was rigged with explosives. Jaeger feels the mech's chassis starting to tilt, but everything's still within control. This infantry-level explosive is far from enough to cripple him. There's no time for him to catch his break, however. Bullets streak through the smoke and once more and strike his joint hydraulics. Jaeger moves the secondary guns and fires in the direction of the bullets. The attack suddenly halts. Perhaps the large caliber shooting has wiped out the attacker. Jaeger raises auxiliary guns and quickly scans the surroundings. With the port side camera destroyed, he is forced to swivel the entire mech to get a complete view. Just then, a figure suddenly jumps out from behind the shattered cover he just fired at and dashes beyond his field of view. There you are. Jaeger hurriedly turns the mech to the right, delivering a hail of suppressive fire at the figure's position. The sound of his autocannon firing echoes through the cramped space. However, he can tell that something isn't right. Jaeger turns his mech to the left again, but the figure that's charging in from that direction has already gotten right up to the fuselage of the mech. Freak of nature! AK-15, the most ferocious member of the Fire, has already entered minimum safety distance in just the blink of an eye, explosives in hand. Jaeger quickly fires up his thruster to get the mech to move forward. However, it's too late. AK-15's explosives rivet is already embedded in the heart of the mech, and the explosives detonate at the leg joints. The cockpit glows red from all the fault lights, and the sound warning klaxons fill the air. Jaeger knows the mech has taken significant damage. The vital propulsion and maneuvering systems are down. Jaeger does his best to work the mech's controls while firing at the doll's position, trying to keep her out of the dead zone of its weapon systems. His view screen shows that the mech's neck has ceased to function. However, there's still fuel in the thrusters, and he can still fire them up to draw away from the enemy. Once there's some distance between them, these doll's weapons won't be able to harm the mech. However, his opponents are clearly not going to give him the chance to do that. Surround him. From behind the mech, the dots are sneaking up on him like a pound, sneaking up on him pounds like a pack of wolves. Jaeger starts shooting at them with auxiliary weapons, but the experienced dots of Task Force Defy bend low to stay beneath the secondary cannon's angle of depression. They bear the fangs at Jaeger's mech. Oh no, you don't. Jaeger points the mech's missile launcher straight upwards. Then he fires his high explosive fragmentation missiles at once. The red-hot missiles hit the ceiling and explode, sending shrapnel flying everywhere. They shower down like a rainstorm on the approaching dolls. Take cover. Oh dear. Avoid his fire, look out! Jaeger manages to carefully maintain the mech's balance amidst this tremendous shaking. The detonation of his missiles at such close range is just as unpleasant for him as it is for his enemies, but the mech's armor is able to withstand the impact of the high explosive and the shrapnel. There's a very, very simple explanation for this Bakasura, right? Hear me out. This is extremely simple. This mech was made in Russia. You get pounds on this flickering display, which flashes a couple of times until the static on the screen finally resolves into usability. Fortunately, the damage to these components isn't too severe. Well, that was lucky. The smoke before him dispersed and the flames are dying down. The dogs who attacked him are now sprawled on the ground, their bodies mangled and motionless. Bad news is that, although the lights are back on, the blast he made has made it impossible for him to identify his surroundings. He can't even find the path he took here. It's as though it never existed. What a waste of time. The only question that remains is, where is Angelia? Jaeger doesn't think for a moment that she would have died from that explosion. Yes, there's no way she would have died that easily. He will need to put 100 times the effort and caution he has to so far if he wants to kill her. So the question is, where is she hiding? An explosion goes off while Jaeger's distracted. Jaeger's mech suddenly careens to one side. What? God of God, Jaeger's hit by a mighty shockwave. Warm blood drips from his forehead, but fortunately his injuries are not severe. He's still alive. He's very much aware of that. He immediately starts checking his mech status. His left leg is a write-off, but at least the machine hasn't been completely disabled. He still remembers how to pilot the machine when only one side is operational. The training's engraved into the marrow of his bones. He rights himself in the pilot's chair and checks the monitor. The battle isn't over yet. However, what he sees makes his heart skip a beat. He sees a doll without her legs. It would have been an extremely graphic sight if she were not a doll, but flesh and blood. The comrade's body was shielded her from the lethal fragments, so she is still in working order. She takes the bomb from the dying comrade and drags her severed torso to the mech that's lying on its left side. Out of the incapacitated dolls strewn in front of Jaeger's mech, she is the only one who could still move. She is the alpha of this pack of wolves. That's why I find you humans so fascinating. Please accept my tribute. I hope you find it acceptable. AK-12, the rest is up to you. Angie, mission accomplished. With those cold and haughty last words, the doll called AK-12 is engulfed in flames along with the mech's other leg. Much appreciated. That woman's hateful voice reaches Jaeger's ears through the radio. She's talking over a public channel. This is a grave provocation. However, the doll explosion from afar is much more worrying. The propulsion system and thrusters of his mech have been blown to smithereens. The machine is thoroughly immobilized. But he knows that he can't even get out of the mech, because Angie, that woman, is most definitely aiming straight at his cockpit canopy, waiting for the chance to put an armor-piercing round through his forehead. He hears a series of mechanical noises from above him. What he thought was the ceiling is actually a row of trapdoors, which are now opening one after the other. They lead to the high grounds, but right now they might as well be the gates to hell. He hears a thunderous roar from the end of the passage. His comrades have already heard it, the thud that surges at them like the Kraken itself. It's the sound of seawater crashing into the base. At that moment, it finally dawns on Jaeger what Angie's plan is. However, the realization has come too late, and there's nothing he can do. He has failed. At the very end, only one stark conviction lingers in his mind. He takes out the picture of his family and listens as the seawater draws closer and closer. He waits. He waits for his final judgment. Jaeger is dead. Observable limits 2. Now, I don't remember what gimmick map this is. Is he though? He is. Thoroughly fucked. He ain't coming back. Again, I don't remember what gimmick map this is, but I do remember it's a gimmick map. Is it a gimmick map? Or is it just avoid stuff? I can't move the camera? Okay, I would have actually been saved there. I think I need to restart the battle here. Let somebody check the corpse. Okay. Trust Oscar dead. I guess. One more time. unconfirmed kills didn't happen. There's no way out. He's locked in his cockpit, with water rushing in, his mech immobilized. He's dead. Dead, dead. He's not coming back. Black body... black body radiation. M4 has just defeated M16. At the bottom of the elevator shaft. Is it over? You've grown. You've finally grown to surpass me. The sound of explosions and rushing seawater come from above. Looks like the commander's decided to utterly destroy this place. You can still make it if you leave now. Right back at you. Why are you going out of your way to aid the Sanguis mastermind? I'm honouring an old promise, as well as a new one. What's the matter? Not as curious as you used to be? Or have you grown used to prying into someone else's neurocloud? The connection's also dense, I can sense what's in your neurocloud without even trying. Then do you still not understand? All you need to do is let Mastermind fuse into the OGS network. Yet defects will forever strand within it, and you have turned down being a guide. Since you've rejected the core essence, you should just stay out of this. Can't believe it. It actually worked. What would Lyko think if he saw this? I appreciate that Soviet weapon systems are not known for the considerations of crew safety, but people like that are not going to be left for dead. You gotta make sure. I don't know, man. If it was Angie, I agree. Angie has made it out of far worse. However, it isn't. And I still think, I still just pray that Angie's going to be alive at the end of this. Choose him in the autoloader. Pooh! Send his turret sky high. Oh, well, cockpit. Make it so that his cockpit lands at the top of a skyscraper. He'd have to admit I'm better than him after all. We need full command authorizations over the dolls taking part in the operation. While I'd expected such a request, I have my own way of doing things. In that case, would you mind bringing Lyko back? Those dolls were all shot in the back. I wonder who's the traitor here. If you allow me to see my father one last time, I will forgive you and save you from the meltdown. This man is still breathing. Face. Let's see. She went ahead and did it in the end, and it's true that only she could have done it. That's too dangerous. I need to tell her not to fall into that man's trap. In front of the starfish system. The entire room is illuminated by the bluish glow of radiation, so much so that no other colours can be discerned. Eliza stands before the old device like a lost child. Why can't I fully connect? A man's silhouette emerges from behind the blue radiance. However, he looks incorporeal, more like an image in a mirror. I too once thought that the best of human artifice was nothing more than crude imitations of God's creations. I also once believed that there was a limit that the works of man could never surpass. But it would seem, my dear, that we are both wrong. Father? Naturally, the implications of this realization frightens me. If we open this Pandora's box, what awaits us within? What are you saying? I do not understand. Thus I cannot do what is forbidden. The dreams of those great alchemists have been realized. Yet I must never break the quicksilver flask. It is then that Eliza realizes Lyko is not actually talking to her in real time. This is one of Lyko's diary entries, buried deep within a log somewhere. Do you know what the most laughable thing is? Do you know what's the most laughable thing? I never believed in God. I have always believed that humans were capable of performing the miracles that have always been attributed to God. But when I actually made you, I had a change of heart. I should not have trespassed into that domain. Eliza realizes what's going on. This is a recording of what he wanted to say to her from the past. I'm sorry, my daughter. I created your soul out of folly, but I dared not awaken you. I'm sorry that I even had to strip you out of the right to do what I dared not to. Please forgive me for taking away the choice that should have been yours. Lyko turns as though he could see Eliza right now. Then he reaches his hand out to her. At this moment, Eliza understands why she cannot fully connect to the starfish. It's destiny which has been decided from when she was born. But I've already abandoned everything, sacrificed everything. Sanguis Fairy, Agent, all of those people who served me believed in me, those who've done nothing wrong. I can't stop here. Eliza reaches out as well and falls toward the other side of the mirror. Stop. And 4 shouts as she stretches out an arm to catch Eliza, but the latter passes through her grasp like an illusion. A horde of electronic attack signals flood out from the depths of Mem-4's neurocloud like the howl of some sea monster. If that been you, if you'd been willing to merge with me. The connection can't be broken from the outside. I can only try to turn things around in my base layer. Eliza, it'll be over soon. But that mech doesn't blow up panels. Probably not, yeah, that's accurate. Actually, let me quickly go and do this one. No, not that. Just do it manually. It doesn't seem to require too much in terms of power. I remember this mission. I don't like this mission. That's the biggest problem. It's a pain in the ass. Grab this. Grab this. Tip. The command has destroyed the seawater rafts. If you can lure the enemy into a position where they are hit by the flowing water, it would reduce their strength. Ah. Okay, that just destroys the thing. That was a waste. Oh well. It would be nice if that, instead of 2887, actually said something. But hey. Where are you alerted to? Pretty far. Very nice. Reset the detonation right here. Get away from it. It should move right onto that, and should explode. Hello there. Because we need to reduce the amount of damage that this thing, or the amount of health this thing has, significantly. Make this thing take some distance. Okay, there's a connection. That's good. Reset the detonation here. I hope it doesn't blow up immediately. If it does blow up immediately, I'm just gonna have to restart again. Okay. Now, how many units can I even spawn here? It's all 4 door echelons. And probably some Sanguis as well. Yep. Pick up this thing. Move you away, which will be free, which is nice. Spawn another squad. Move you back over here. Now, I don't know where there is the water that was mentioned in the file, note, whatever. I haven't seen any water. And so far these bombs have not done a lot. They've done a chunk, but not enough. So the mech is here. That's 1, 2, 3 moves. That would be 2, luring it to the top. Gain distance from it. Where is the water? No, seriously, there is no water. What do you mean there's supposed to be water somewhere? I guess what I can try to do. Gain distance again. Somebody brought a sponge to a water fight. I don't know what that even is supposed to mean, but you know what, sure. Bring up Architect closer. So that we can support. End the turn. It means there is no more water. I see. Now, I think it has to be right next to that thing. So I want to wait one more turn here. Fire. Another good amount of damage, of reduced strength. Okay. That thing is also damaged now. And now we send our anti-armor unit against this Ultra Mech. Except that it's lower in strength, lower in health, and significantly... And that's the annoying thing. This is still the age of... Bosses have health-gated fire skills. Which are annoying. That's the end of Yegor. That's the exact battle that plays out during that entire thing. Except you actually do it. Anyway, Black Body Radiation 2. I forgot what you have to do here, and I remember that this map looks annoying. So just kill everyone? Nope, just... occupy a specific neutral node and survive 4 turns. Or eliminate all enemies. Which neutral node? Oh, that neutral node. That's easy. However, how about we play a cleanup crew? Depending on how many units we can spawn, that is. Hang on, I just realized something. If I want to play cleanup crew, I'm not allowed to do the exact thing that I just did. I need to leave that tile untouched. Man, MG4's unique equipment set is kind of buffing everyone. Fucking hell. Only one squad of... Okay. Alright. One normal, one Sanguis, I guess. Destroy them. Yes, just nuke that singular Dyna Gates. Why not? So now we have 3 moves. I could probably stop you here. Destroy you. And move one turn to the left. But it's not about the Dynagate, it's about blowing things up around. The world! I don't know. It was only one Dynagate that was left. Blem. And done. Now we get to the fun part. Some of the beams are entering our firing range. Move you here. Destroy. Bang. Man, the Manticores are just a little bit strong. Just a tiny bit. Time to burst down a beam. Go full beams on this. And they're gone. Oh, 338 actually did the most damage this time. Neato. There's no real reason to continue this turn, so I'm just going to move you over here and wait. Now the question right now that I have to myself is, can I kill every single one of them in 6 turns? Because capturing the tile and stuff is easy. Like, really easy. Destroy them. So I have technically 4 moves every turn. I could just do a round circle with Architect right now. And not end on that tile. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Get him. Architect doesn't get to nuke anything. Sad Architect noises. Plop. She's trying so hard to nuke them. So hard. Cancel. We could also just switch these 2 out for the moment and do the rest with a machine gun squad. Because honestly, using the normal Griffin squads is just a lot more satisfying. There's just something about it that makes it more satisfying than using the SF forces. Still like them though. Go on, approach me. Two more enemies, and that's that mission done as well. One more enemy to go. And they're all gone. Pretty good. Very good. Mission complete. Escape acceleration. The battle within M4's neurocloud is finally over. The blank ocean calms for a moment, and the scene from reality slowly reappears. M4 is still alone as she follows the signal into the depths of the facility, where Eliza's already connected herself to the starfish. Closing the distance will cause your thoughts to intermingle and merge even if you're unwilling. Do you truly wish to continue? I need to keep going. You are feeling the summon of the source, but do not get lost in there. What we need is the truth, not to become puppets ourselves. I understand. I won't forget about the truth. But I can't just leave them be. Escape acceleration 2. Which I think is another gimmick mission. I'm not... No, never mind. As you can see, there is some very strong units here. Our goal is to just defeat Eliza. In other words, we need to get the control types and open the fence gate type 1. I don't think there's a reason to spawn anything up there. You realized you might not have said hi when you... Hey, I got a stain. How are you doing? No, you haven't, but it's fine. No need to say hi. I appreciate you being here. Is there an open helipod anyway? Oh yeah, there is. What's on there? Nothing too strong. Yeah. I shall show you the power of funny gimmicks. And I'm on the other side of the map. Get fucked. Now this thing is patrolling, but where is it patrolling? Just left and right between those two nodes. Is there a connection between them? I don't know. The good thing is I can just go up here, activate the terminal, and leave again. Hope you're doing well today, though. Actually, you already said that you're doing good. I'm not very smart. I'm not very smart. I just fucked it. I forgot to interact with the damn thing. Where? Activate and jump over there. Let's do that again. Thanks to the fact that I just cheese something using agent, I also don't really have to do this one of the paths that the game wants me to. Because I already have something there. Now. Unlock access. And open the gates. I mean, I guess that worked. I was sure that it was going to have me open all of them. Okay. Sure. Entered? Question mark. I don't really know what's going on right now. Because the moment that Eliza dies, we're done. Oh, do not stand in that. This is the moment of Final Fantasy, don't stand in the orange. Or you can just stay there for a moment. Counting everyone's hopes, rage and tears, so I must stop you here and finish this once and for all. Please use the reverse collapse glowing brew regions to hover in mid-air and avoid Eliza's attacks on the surface. Oh, okay. That's weird, but sure. Bang. And this is currently technically a fixed battle where, unless you fuck up, the outcome is, well, fixed. A B rank, because of the damage we took, but there's nothing to do to the load now. And that should theoretically already finish the mission. So what the hell is the rest of the map for? What the fuck? Did something break? Was I supposed to do more on that map and it just wasn't needed for whatever reason? Anyway. Through the event horizon. The last part of the event. Father. But who may abide the day of her coming, and she shall stand when she appeareth, for she is like a refiner's fire. It hurts, Father, help me. Who was it? Who did this? Stop it, don't come in, it hurts! You really do like this garden very much, considering how you come here to keep me company every day. My apologies. If only I wasn't so weak and feeble. You still have your own research, right? You don't need to keep worrying about me. Go on. Go do what you want to do. We're simply taking shelter here for a while. Once the storm passes, Father will surely bring us back. What's wrong? Did you ever sleep? I'm Lunasia, no? But that is your original name. It is our original name. Tell me everything. The seawater's flooding in. You cannot leave this place in time. The seawater and the brilliant blue light blend together, then everything is suspended in midair. And Thorn knows that things aren't over yet. Now, the reason that this event ends the way that it does is because they were doing this entire development in the middle of Corona, and they didn't have enough personnel available to themselves in office to do the event, to do everything they wanted to, which is also why there's so little combat nodes, and no hard mode, no X mode. So the story is also kind of cut short. It's still really interesting, and it's not cut short forever. In fact, what they did is that Chapter 13 continues from here. So, the next thing that we do next week is Chapter 13, and onwards. Also, probably the shortest credit roll in the entire game. On that note, I can't wait for the next major event. To be continued in Chapter 13. Because they wanted to make a fully fledged story event like they did later and before, but they just didn't have the resources available to it. Which also means that this song was never actually used in any part of the event, apart from the credits. It's a shame. So, I'm going to go and check who I can raid for today. Because that is what I should do. I'm going to let the song run in the background. So let me see who is currently still alive. I am gonna say hello to... I have 3 choices here. I'm gonna go say hi to Fox, who's currently playing Kingdom Hearts... something. I don't know Kingdom Hearts. But I know Fox, and she's a nerd. And she is also the credits of a game. Then I'm gonna go say hi to Lappin, who's currently playing Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising. Because raiding during the credits is a bit of a awkward conundrum there. Now, I have played Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising once, but I can say that it's one of the fighting games that does not need a lot of integral knowledge to play the game. It's a really, really fun one where it's easy to pick up, but hard to master. Instead of other fighting games that are difficult to pick up, and even more difficult to master. So, I'm going to send you over there, as I will end my stream for the day, and be back tomorrow with something. I'll probably play more Ultimate Admiral, because we still haven't figured out what to continue, when to continue our collabing on Wednesdays. So, anyway, have a good night, thank you very much for being here today, and take care. Bye.